Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, slow flow Vinyasa practice. We will get our bodies moving, get our energy pumping. You could do this in the morning just to get yourself going for the day, or anytime you just need a little burst of energy. So bring yourself to your mat. Don't need any props for the practice today. Find your way to the top of your mat into Tadasana. So come to stand, feet about hip distance or so. Lift up the toes, spread the toes. Root down into that ball under the big toe, ball under the little toe, center of the heel. Feel the inner arches of the feet begin to lift and turn on. Inner legs drawing in and up. Belly drawing in and up. Low back sweeping in and up. Sides of the body nice and long. Crown of the head reaching up. Relax the toes down to the mat. Take the hands together at the heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Pause. Allow yourself to arrive, to check in before we begin to move. And as always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as we move through the practice. And if you choose to carry that intention off of the mat out into the day with you. Let's take a deep breath in, sweep the arms out to the sides and up, so you can open the eyes now, or keep the eyes closed if you prefer, and then slide the hands down to the heart. Again, deep breath in as you sweep the arms out to the sides and up, palms together overhead, and then slide hands back down to the heart. Once more, arm sweep out and up. And then slide the hands down to the heart. Now we'll lift up the arms out to the sides, bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Hug in through the legs, lift up through the belly. Begin to lift up through the heart. And maybe you shift the gaze up a little bit, finding a little back bend through the upper back. Hug in through the belly, bring the hands back together at the heart. Now interlace fingers at your low back. And have a bigger little bend in the elbows. Keep the hands at the low back, or maybe you can bring the arms a little bit straighter and pull the arms off of the back. Soften the knees, begin to hinge from the hips, fold yourself in, forward fold. You could have a bigger little bend in the knees here if you like. And then release your hands, take finger pads down to the mat or grab a hold of elbows. Shake the head, rock the arms, sway the hips. Bring yourself back to center, hands to the hips, press into the feet, rise all the way up. Let's bring palms together at the heart. Now inhale as you lift the arms up. Exhale as you fold from the hips, bring it back into that forward fold. We'll inhale, bring it halfway up to a flat back. Fingers press into the mat, the shins or the thighs. Lengthen out through the tailbone, out through the crown of the head. Soften your knees, fold in, press into the earth, rise all the way up. Let's take palms together overhead, hands come back down to the heart. Again, arms reach up. Fold yourself in. Halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Now plant hands down to the mat and step yourself back to plank. Press down through the hands, lift up through the belly, reach out through the heels and out through the collarbones, out through the crown of the head. And then we'll lower knees down to the mat, lower down to the belly. All the way down you come, elbows hug in towards the rib cage, lift your heart, baby cobra. And lower down, tuck your toes, press into the hands and glide your hips up and back into your downward dog. Find some movement here, whatever feels good. Pedaling out the legs, bending, straightening the knees. Wiggling, rocking, anything. And then we'll bend the knees, crouch down, tiger dog, bring the belly back to the thighs, and then glide the hips back up into your downward dog. Again, bend the knees, crouch it down. Glide yourself back up into downward dog. Let's bend the knees again, crouch down. This time as you send the hips up, send right leg up, also three-legged dog. And then we'll bend that right knee, draw it into the chest, shift yourself forward, core plank, knee hugs in, press down through the hands. And then we'll send that right leg back into three-legged dog. Release that foot down to the mat. Crouch yourself down, send left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend that knee, shift yourself forward, find that core plank, squeeze that knee up to the chest. And then send that left leg up and back again, three-legged dog. Release that foot down. Walk yourself up top of the mat. Fold it in, forward fold. Halfway lift to that flat back. And then fold yourself in again. Press into the earth, rise all the way up. Palms come together overhead and then slide back down to the heart. Bend the knees, sit your bum back, hips back, knees back, coming into our chair pose, Utkatasana. So palms together at the heart. We'll take it into a little twist here. Spinning to the right, tuck that left elbow outside that right knee thigh. Press into the palms, lift up through the belly. Spin your heart over to the right. Right shoulder blade hugs down the back. Keep it here or open the arms up. Left hand reaching down, right hand reaching up. And then palms come back together. Bring yourself back to center. Sit it low. Bum back. Other side, we'll spin it over to the left. Tuck that right elbow outside left knee thigh. Press into the palms, lift up through the belly. Lengthen out through the spine. Keep the palms pressing or maybe open the arms. Hands come back together. Bring it back to center. And then fold yourself in, forward fold. Halfway up to a flat back. Plant hands down to the mat. Step it back into your plank. Lower knees down to the mat. Lower all the way down, pubic bone, belly, torso. Lift yourself up, baby cobra, or if you feel ready, bring it all the way up for your full cobra. Heart lifts. And then release it back down. Tuck the toes. Press the hips up and back. Down dog. Bend the knees and crouch it down. Let's send right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend that knee. Shift yourself forward into your core plank. We'll step that right foot through to the right thumb. Stay up on ball of that left foot. Bend that left knee. Hug the right hip back as you lift yourself up. Maybe straighten the back leg here, coming up into a high lunge. Stick the palms together at the heart. We'll spin it into a prayer twist here. Left elbow will tuck outside of that right knee thigh. Palms press. Heart spins to the right. Maybe you keep palms together. Maybe you open arms up again. And then palms come back together. Put a little bend in that back knee as you bring yourself back through center. Reach the arms up. Back into that high lunge. And then hands come down to the mat and you step it back into your plank. Either lower the knees down to the mat and come through your cobra, or if you like, we'll take it into chaturanga, low push-up, and then upward dog. For your chaturanga, roll it forward on the toes. Bend the elbows, lower yourself about halfway-ish down. Elbows will stack up over the wrists, shoulders above the elbows. Come on to tops of feet, thighs lifted. Pull the heart forward for your up dog. And then we'll send the hips up and back, meeting back in our downward dog. Bend the knees, crouch down, send left leg up. Bend that left knee, shift it forward, find that core plank. Step that left foot through. Stay up on ball of that right foot. Bend that right knee. Hug the left hip back. Peel yourself up. Straighten the back leg, reach arms out. Take palms together at the heart. And let's take it into a prayer twist. Other side. Spinning heart over towards the left. Right elbow will tuck outside that left knee thigh. Press the palms together. Spin the heart. Palms stay together or open arms out. Palms come back together. Put a bend in that back knee as you bring yourself back into center, and then find your high lunge. Hands to the mat, step yourself back into your plank. Move through your flow. Meeting back in downward dog. Step or hop it up, top of the mat, fold yourself in. Halfway lift, flat back. Fold it in again. Bend the knees, sit your bum back, sweep your arms forward, coming back up into chair pose. Press into the feet, rise all the way up. Let's take the palms back together. Sit it back in chair again, arms sweep forward. Bum sits low, hips back. Palms together at the heart. Let's spin it again. Tuck that left elbow outside right knee thigh. Spin the heart. Pull the hips back. Maybe open the arms up. Hands come back together. Bring it back to center. And then over to the other side. Right elbow tucks outside left knee thigh. Lift up through belly. Lengthen out through the spine. Maybe you open the arms up. And then palms come back together. Take it back to center. Fold yourself in. Take it halfway up, flat back. Plant your palms down to the mat. Step yourself back into your plank. And find your flow. Bring it into your downward dog. So walk the hands back to meet the feet. Forward fold, back of the mat. And then at the back of the mat, we'll bend the knees, lift yourself up, come into chair pose. And then we'll bring it up, arm sweep out and up, overhead, roll up onto balls of the feet. And then palms back to the heart, sit back in your chair. Now let's sweep the arms forward, roll up onto balls of feet. Sit it back in your chair. Again, let's roll it up, balls of feet. Maybe you give it a little hop this time. Sit it back. Again, let's bring it forward, either rolling up onto balls of feet or a little hop up, and then back into your chair. One more time. Arm sweep up, hop it up, or roll up onto balls of feet. Back into your chair, and then we'll fold it in. Walk the hands back out, downward dog. Pedal out the legs, walk it out. Drop your knees down to the mat. Come back to sit on your heels. And let's drop over to one hip. Swing your legs around. Let's bring soles of feet together. Open the legs wide, coming into Upavishta Konasana. Fingers behind you, sit up nice and tall. And then extend the legs out in front of you. Arms reach up. Bigger little bend in the knees as you fold yourself forward. And then bring yourself all the way up. Come into a comfortable seat. Palms together at your heart. Close your eyes. Come back to our intention. Be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with ourselves. I hope this practice helped to get things moving, get the heart rate up, get the blood pumping a little bit. Quick and easy. Thanks so much for sharing this practice with me today with love and gratitude. Namaste.